obviously you made the decision to sign for Middlesbrough. Was that solely based on the fact that, like a lot of people in this area, you want to grow up and play for Boro? Was it solely based on that?
Yeah, just the one and only. That was my own decision. That I remember when Ron was in the house and he said it to me dad, and my dad said, he's just been to Southampton. He did really well. They want to offer him a contract. We don't know how the length. And I just said, listen, my dream is to play for Middlesbrough. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. I want to stand on the Holgate like Bernie. I want to play for my hometown club. I want to be a hero. I want to follow on the legacy of what other people have done. And that was our first and foremost. So, from 14 to 16, that's all I tried. And I've seen loads of players come and go. I've seen loads of heartache, loads of upset. And it was all about getting that contract when I left school at 16.
Yeah, and you've also seen a lot of incredible players as well, especially when you were coming through there. It was a fantastic team. Who stood out for you when you were there, in training, watching them prepare for training or whatever? Who was it that you took notes from?
Obviously, being an attacking player, John Hendry. Obviously, Jan when he signed the year before, at Essen Park time, and Uwe Fuchs and Paul Wilkinson and Ian Baird and all those guys. When you try and be them and try, all I did is just try and take little snippets. Like John Hendry had the pace. Stuart Ripley was a winger. I took little bits from those because they were quick. That Stuart Ripley's crossing was amazing. John Hendry's dribble past people, but could still finish. Bernie's finishing in the box. He was offside loads, and I was offside quite a bit towards the end. Towards my end of time at Middlesbrough. But I think that's because of the way that I played. He always played on the shoulder. I played on my shoulder. So I tried to emulate and copy certain bits from people because. It worked for them. So if it works for them, why fix it if it's not broke? If you can take little snippets from different people, then surely you're going to come out of it smelling the roses sometimes.
And obviously, you were a very young player as well when you signed for Middlesbrough. How were you feeling about turning up for that first day of training, or who were you so anxious to meet?
Well, it was Brian Robson for me because I was obviously an England fan. I grew up watching England, watching the Premier League, and obviously when he signed for Middlesbrough, obviously as manager the season before, and then I got offered with YTS, and we were training at Essen Park. We didn't even have a training ground at the time. There was obviously Hurst was getting built. We trained at Prisick Base, we trained at Hull Drive, we trained at the beach, we trained at Essen Park, we trained all over the place. And the gaffer used to join in with training with the youth team on an afternoon. So I remember our first day. We didn't train on the morning, which I thought we were going to. We did jobs all day. We got to know certain things. We watched the first team train from the Holgate or from the North Stand and from other areas from Essen Park, and then we trained on the afternoon. And the gaffer came in and joined us, and I was a little bit like, Jesus, this is just unbelievable that you were scared to make a bad pass, you were scared to tackle him, you were scared to do anything wrong. You know what I mean? But he was just a lovely fella, and you know what I mean. He was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. That was just the first thing that stood out. You know what I mean? He was the best footballer. He wanted to win. It was just a game of five-a-side. He didn't want to lose. He was a born winner. And I thought, you know what? I want to progress this. I want to be in his plans. I want to impress him. So, you know what I mean? I made a decision from that day that I want to play for the youth team. I want to play for the reserves. You know what I mean? And then see where it goes, because I knew the progression between me. Obviously, my brother had done that 2 years previous, so I knew what my progressions and where I needed to impress certain people at the right time.